Child, Northwest is really her father's daughter because while Kanye was busy on X accusing Kim of and dragging Beyonce and Jay's kids through the mud for allegedly being autistic, his daughter North was also exposing her cousin Mason Disick for having a secret baby mama and a child he doesn't take care of. People were already speculating about this for months, but there was no confirmation on it till North decided to expose the truth. We all said North was going to be the downfall of the Kardashians because of her loud mouth, but no one thought her first victim was going to be Mason. We thought she was going to be on Kim's neck, but from the looks of it, no one is safe, not even her cousins. Kourtney wasn't here for this at all, and she actually came out to blast North for putting her son's business on the internet. She even went as far as comparing North to Kanye. These rumors started when articles started popping out of nowhere that Mason had impregnated his classmate and was now secretly fathering a daughter called Piper. Apparently, Mason exposed this information himself on his private Instagram account, and someone leaked it. This wasn't hard to believe because Mason does in fact have a reputation for having multiple private accounts where he spills tea on his family. So basically, he was doing a Q&A on his private Instagram story when someone asked him if the rumors about him impregnating his classmate was true, to which he allegedly replied, "Yeah, I did," and even went as far as describing the kid he had with the girl as a failed protection, which he was now being forced to take responsibility for against his will. Oh, and guess what, y'all? All the pages that were posting about this and sharing the screenshots suddenly started disappearing once all this was going viral. This was a huge red flag, and it made people speculate that there may be some kind of truth to the rumors. I mean, if they weren't, then why was the Kardashian PR machine working overtime to clear this mess up? There's a lot of wild rumors about them on the internet that they haven't bothered taking down, but this is what their PR team is focused on. People felt they were hiding something and no one was going to convince them otherwise. And in case you're wondering if there's a photo of this alleged daughter, well, there is, and Mason allegedly posted it himself during the supposed Q&A. So basically, someone asked him if he had any photos of the kid, and he responded by posting these blurry pictures and claiming that he didn't have any clear pictures of her just yet. But baby, these blurry photos weren't stopping people from still investigating because online detectives zoomed into every inch of the photos, and they found out that the background of the blurry pictures he posted of Piper matched with the background of the interior of Kourtney's house. They even pulled out photos of Kourtney standing in her house, and the backgrounds were definitely matching down. Some people began speculating the reason Mason was spilling all this tea despite his family obviously not wanting the public to know about it was because he wanted to disgrace Scott and Kourtney and make people question their parenting skills. Some people said Kourtney might have been ignoring him and spending more time with her and Travis Barker's new baby, and that Mason is doing this for attention. Either way, this mess was blowing up everywhere and people were digging more and more receipts. One of them was this screenshot of someone asking him if he was actively involved in Piper's life, to which he replied, "Yeah, I see her sometimes." But this is where things get even messier because it turns out that the speculations that people were making about him intentionally exposing all this to get back at Kourtney and Scott and make people question their parenting skills may be true after all, because a screenshot leaked of him throwing shade at them for being terrible parents. And so someone sent this question during the Q&A that said, "Why you look so sad, bro? I mean, you have everything to be happy with." To which Mason allegedly replied, "I can't buy good parents though, so." And speaking of parents, Kourtney actually ended up responding to this mess, and people also brought up an old episode of The Kardashians in which Scott hinted at having to enforce some strict rules in Mason's life because he was now seeing a lot of girls and possibly even getting intimate with them without protection. He even said he has overheard Mason on the phone several times telling girls who want to hook up with him that he is more than willing to sleep with them, but he also wants them to know that their relationship isn't going to exceed past friendship, even though they're sleeping with each other. He said, Mason especially, if he's going through something, I talk to him about my life, like mistakes that I did. Like, here's what I've done and what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. Even recently, he started to really like girls, and obviously girls like him, he continued. I just said, it's like, you can do whatever you want, just don't lie and don't manipulate any girls. If a girl tells you she wants to maybe do something with you and hook up or whatever, if she knows that you're not in a relationship with her, don't tell her you are just to get something out of her. And he's like, no, I know, I get it. And to hear him on the phone, he's like, we can, but we're we're friends. And he tells them straight up, because that's where it's effed up. Scott pretty much confirmed everything without saying much, and this obviously got people to start speculating even more. Not only that, but North was also dragged into it when she allegedly made a cryptic post on her private account confirming that Mason was in fact a dad, and that he's hiding the kid. Now, even though North and Mace are cousins, it has been rumored that she can't stand him because he's always in her business. Not too long ago, Mason reported North to Kim because she went live on TikTok. Mind you, he always uses social media a lot, but ran to snitch on North when she also started using social media. They haven't been cool after this, and people believe North is doing this to get back at him. In fact, after North confirmed these rumors on her private account, Kourtney finally stepped in to address everything because it was clearly getting out of hand now. And she claims Mason didn't impregnate anyone. She made this post on her Instagram story that said, "I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are remotely true. They are not. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not. They are fake." Now, as to whether all this is true or not, only time will tell, but at least we can believe now that it's a lie, since that's what Kourtney is saying. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this one person who said, if it wasn't true, she wouldn't speak on the topic. The fact that she's allowing the topic to have her speak on the subject, it must be true. From that family as a whole, nothing surprises me. Another person said, the Kardashians themselves put that story out there to create a storyline for their show. Don't fall for it, people. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Mason allegedly getting his classmate pregnant? And do y'all think the Kardashians started this story themselves for clout? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.